Ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I want you to hear me clearly when I say, stay silent and everything will come to you naturally. Now, I know some of you are probably wondering, what does that even mean? We live in a world where we're taught to hustle, chase, and make noise. We're constantly running after the next opportunity, the next breakthrough, the next success. But what if I told you that the true path to greatness isn't about constantly pushing or talking? It's about learning the power of silence. First, let's talk about the power of patience. Patience isn't just about waiting. It's about knowing that the right moment will come. Some of you are out here running yourself ragged, trying to force things to happen. But here's the truth. When you're patient, you give yourself the space to let things unfold the way they're supposed to. You stop rushing life, and you start trusting that the right opportunities will find you when you're ready. You don't have to force everything. When you stay still, the world moves around you, and that's when things start coming together. Now, trust the process. You see, success isn't something you chase, it's something you attract. But you've got to trust the process. The moment you stop rushing, stop forcing, stop trying to control every single outcome, is the moment you give space for things to happen naturally. There's a flow to life. When you trust it, when you stop trying to manipulate every moment, that's when the best things start to fall into place. Trust the timing of your life. Everything has a season, and your time will come. Silence isn't weakness, it's strength. Many people fear silence because they think it means they're doing nothing. But silence is a superpower. When you stay quiet, you're not just holding back words, you're holding back your emotions, your reactions. You're taking control of your thoughts. Think about this. In moments of silence, you get clarity. You see things more clearly, you think more deeply, and you respond more wisely. That strength is the ability to sit in silence, to hold your ground, and to keep your mind sharp and clear, no matter the chaos around you. Mastering your emotions is key. The moment you can control your emotions, that's when you truly start to control your life. Too often, we let our feelings dictate our actions. We act out of anger, out of fear, out of desperation. But silence gives you the power to pause. It gives you the ability to reflect and respond instead of reacting. When you can stay calm in the face of adversity, when you don't allow external circumstances to dictate your mood, that's when you know you're in control. Your emotions won't rule you, you'll rule them. And then there's the law of attraction. Here's the truth. You attract what you are. When you stay silent and focused on your own growth, you stop wasting energy on distractions. You stop seeking validation. And when you stop looking for external approval, you create the space for what's meant for you to come naturally. You don't need to chase success. It'll find you. The right opportunities, the right people, the right circumstances, they'll all come to you when you align yourself with who you are and when you trust that everything you need is already on its way. Finally, focus on self-growth. Silence isn't just about withholding words, it's about withholding distractions. It's about focusing on what really matters, you. Instead of chasing after others or comparing yourself to what they're doing, take a moment to grow in your own lane. Your success is about you becoming the best version of yourself. And you can't do that if you're constantly looking outward. Grow in silence, work in silence, and when it's your time, the world will see the greatness that you've been quietly working on. So remember this, stay silent and let everything come to you naturally. You don't have to rush, you don't have to chase. All you need to do is trust the process, master your emotions, and focus on your growth. When you do that, everything you need will find its way to you. The world will hear you when the time is right. Until then, remain silent and let your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Patience is one of the most underestimated virtues in this world. In a society that thrives on instant gratification, it's easy to forget that some of the best things in life require time. You see, patience isn't just about waiting for things to happen. It's about understanding that there is a natural order to life, and everything has its moment. Too often we try to force things to happen when we're not ready. We rush decisions, we push people, we hustle constantly, thinking that the more we do, the quicker success will come. But what if I told you that the real power lies in knowing when to step back and trust the timing of your life? When you practice patience, you're telling the universe that you trust the process. You're acknowledging that you don't have to force your way into every opportunity or situation. Instead, you allow the right things to come at the right time. Life isn't always going to hand you exactly what you want when you want it. But when you're patient, you understand that sometimes the delay is part of the preparation. Life is setting you up for something better, something bigger, something that you might not even be able to imagine yet. Patience gives you the space to grow, to learn, to evolve, and to become the person you need to be in order to handle the blessings coming your way. Rushing through life means you might miss crucial lessons, important relationships, or opportunities that will only present themselves at the right time. It's not about how fast you get to your destination. It's about the journey and the person you become along the way. Sometimes the best thing you can do is to trust that things are happening just as they should, even when you can't see it. The more you fight the timing of your life, the more resistance you'll create. But when you allow patience to guide you, you allow yourself to flow with life rather than against it. And that's when everything starts to fall into place. Patience isn't passive. It's an active trust in the process, an understanding that good things come to those who wait and work, and that all will be revealed in its due time. Trusting the process is something that we often hear but rarely understand fully. It's not just a catchy phrase. It's a mindset, a way of life. The truth is, we want things now. We want success right away. And when it doesn't happen as quickly as we'd like, we start doubting the journey. We start questioning ourselves. We wonder if we're doing enough, if we're on the right path, or if we should just quit altogether. But here's the thing. When you trust the process, you're acknowledging that life doesn't move on your timeline, but it moves on the timeline that's best for you. The process is often messy, unpredictable, and uncomfortable. We don't always know where it's leading us, and that's the hard part. It forces us to sit with uncertainty, to take each step even when we can't see the full picture. But that's where the growth happens. You see, the process is working for you, not against you. Every setback, every challenge, every failure is shaping you into the person you need to be for the success that's coming. You might not see it now, but every experience you go through is an integral part of the bigger picture that's unfolding. Trusting the process is about surrender. It's letting go of the need to control every single outcome and understanding that some things need to unfold on their own. It's a quiet confidence that even when things don't look the way you want them to, they're exactly how they're meant to be in this moment. There's power in knowing that the work you're putting in today, even if it doesn't pay off immediately, is setting you up for something greater. The process doesn't require you to see the end result right now. It asks you to keep going, even when you can't see the finish line. When you trust the process, you stop measuring success by how quickly things happen and start measuring it by how much you're learning, growing, and evolving along the way. Trusting the process means letting go of fear, letting go of doubt, and letting go of the pressure to get everything right in an instant. It's about knowing that with every step, even the small ones, you're moving closer to where you need to be. Trusting the process doesn't mean you won't face hardships, but it means you'll face them with the understanding that these challenges are part of the journey. They're not obstacles. They're stepping stones to your ultimate success. So, no matter where you are right now, whether you're feeling stuck, frustrated, or uncertain, understand this. The process is working for you. Trust it. Keep putting in the work, stay consistent, and let go of the need to control every outcome. The journey might not be easy, but it's leading you exactly where you need to go. Everything you're doing is preparing you for the next chapter. Trust the process, and one day you'll look back and see how it all came together in ways you never expected. Silence is often misunderstood in a world that values constant noise and action. We live in a time where people are always talking, always busy, always reacting. But there's a profound strength in silence that many overlook. You see, silence isn't about saying nothing. It's about choosing not to react impulsively, about taking a step back before you speak, and about understanding that not every moment requires your words or energy. In fact, silence is a tool that, when wielded correctly, can make you more powerful than you ever imagined. In the quiet, you become present. In the silence, you find clarity. We're so used to filling every moment with chatter, with opinions, with noise. Sometimes we forget the power of just being still. It's in those silent moments that you can hear your true thoughts, that you can listen to your inner voice, and that you can see things more clearly. When you're not constantly speaking or reacting to the world around you, you create space to process and understand what's really going on. This kind of silence allows you to think deeply, reflect on your actions, and understand your next move. Silence is also an emotional shield. When the world around you is chaotic, when people are trying to provoke you or draw you into drama, silence is your greatest defense. You don't need to engage with every negative comment, every argument, or every distraction. In fact, staying silent in moments of conflict is often the most powerful response you can give. It shows that you're not easily swayed, that your peace isn't something to be disturbed by anyone else's chaos. It shows that you have control over your emotions and that you're not going to let anything or anyone pull you out of your center. What silence really does is strengthen your mind. When you can sit in quiet moments, when you don't feel the need to speak just for the sake of speaking, you begin to master your thoughts. In the stillness, you can hear the whispers of your intuition, the wisdom that guides you, and the sense of self that is often drowned out by the noise of the world. Silence is the space where your thoughts sharpen, your ideas form, and your actions become more intentional. The more you practice it, the stronger you become in mind, body, and spirit. And let's not forget that silence is also an indicator of power. When you're silent, people start to take notice. They start to wonder what you're thinking, what you're plotting, or what you're about to do next. There's an undeniable presence that comes with being quiet. It commands respect because it shows that you're not hasty, that you don't need to talk to make your presence known. You're in control, and that control speaks volumes without saying a word. Silence gives you the power to observe, to plan, and to act with precision. It's not about hiding. It's about allowing your actions to do the talking. So, embrace silence as your strength. Don't be afraid of moments of stillness. It's in the quiet that you find your true power. It's where you find clarity, control, and the ability to move through life with purpose. Learn to speak only when necessary, and let your actions be your loudest voice. When you do, you'll realize that silence doesn't make you weak, it makes you unstoppable. Mastering your emotions is one of the most important skills you can develop. Life isn't always smooth sailing, and it's easy to get caught up in the chaos of emotions when things aren't going the way you expect. Anger, fear, frustration, these are natural reactions, but they don't define who you are unless you let them. The real power lies in how you respond, not how you react. and that response comes from mastering your emotions. The truth is, emotions are powerful. They can drive you to do incredible things, but they can also cause you to make impulsive decisions that you'll regret later. Too often, people let their emotions control their actions, reacting based on how they feel in the moment, rather than stepping back and making thoughtful choices. But when you learn to master your emotions, you stop being a slave to them. You stop letting fear dictate your next move. You stop letting anger make you lash out. You take back control over your life by taking control over how you feel and how you respond. Mastering your emotions doesn't mean suppressing them. It doesn't mean ignoring your feelings or pretending they don't exist. No, it's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and choosing how to handle them. It's about recognizing when your emotions are trying to tell you something important and using that knowledge to guide your decisions. When you can do this, you stop letting emotions rule your life and instead use them as a tool for growth, strength, and wisdom. In moments of anger, fear, or frustration, it's easy to react instinctively, to let those emotions take over. But the true power comes when you pause and choose a different response. You have to train yourself to stop and think before you act. When you're faced with a challenge, a difficult conversation, or a moment of pressure, instead of reacting impulsively, you take a deep breath and reflect on what's really at stake. What do you want the outcome to be? What kind of person do you want to be in this situation? When you pause before acting, you create space between stimulus and response. That space is where your power lies. Mastering your emotions is also about self-awareness. The more you understand what triggers you, the more control you have over how you react. If you know that certain situations, people, or stressors push you toward anger or anxiety, you can prepare yourself mentally and emotionally to handle them in a more constructive way. This doesn't mean avoiding those triggers, but rather understanding them so that when they arise, you can stay calm and collected. It also means having the emotional maturity to handle setbacks and disappointments with grace. Life is going to throw challenges your way, but the way you handle them will define you. It's not about whether you're upset or disappointed. It's about how quickly you recover. It's about how you keep your head up and stay focused on the bigger picture, even when things aren't going your way. People who master their emotions don't let failure take them down for long. They acknowledge it, learn from it, and move forward. They know that emotions are temporary, but their ability to persist is permanent. When you master your emotions, you also gain the ability to empathize with others. You stop letting your own feelings cloud your judgment, and instead, you become more present for those around you. You can listen without reacting, understand without judgment, and offer support without being overwhelmed by your own emotions. This creates stronger relationships, deeper connections, and a greater sense of peace in your life. Mastering your emotions isn't an overnight process. It's a constant practice, a lifelong journey. But when you commit to it, you unlock a level of power within yourself that's untouchable. Your emotions no longer control you. You control them. And that's when you truly become unstoppable. Attracting what you deserve is one of the most powerful and life-changing principles you can understand. We often think that success, happiness, and fulfillment come from chasing after things, working harder, hustling longer, and trying to force opportunities into our lives. But the truth is, you don't have to chase what's meant for you. What's meant for you will find its way to you, as long as you align yourself with the right energy. When you are focused on becoming the best version of yourself, when you put in the work to develop your character, your skills, and your mindset, the right opportunities will naturally come to you. You attract what you deserve, not necessarily what you want. Sometimes we can want things deeply. We can long for success, for love, for recognition. But if we're not aligned with the person we need to be to receive those things, they will remain out of reach. You have to understand that what you attract is a reflection of who you are. If you want love, you must first learn to love yourself. If you want success, you must first commit to the habits, discipline, and mindset of a successful person. The law of attraction isn't just about thinking positive thoughts or visualizing success. It's about embodying the qualities that will draw those things to you. When you elevate yourself, you elevate your life. Attracting what you deserve also means you need to be in the right mindset. If you're constantly doubting yourself, questioning your worth, or waiting for others to validate you, you're blocking your blessings. The universe responds to your energy. If you walk around with the belief that you deserve greatness, you will start to see that greatness manifest in your life. But if you walk around with limiting beliefs, if you think you're not worthy or capable of achieving your dreams, then you won't recognize the opportunities that come your way. You'll push them away without even realizing it. It's about trust. Trusting that what's meant for you will come at the right time. You can't rush your journey or force things to happen. When you try to control everything, you create resistance. But when you trust that the right opportunities will show up when you're ready, you allow them to come to you naturally. You don't need to chase them, you don't need to beg for them, and you certainly don't need to settle for less than what you deserve. You only need to align yourself with what you're seeking and let life unfold in its own perfect timing. Attracting what you deserve also requires you to be willing to let go of what no longer serves you. Sometimes the things we hold on to are holding us back. We're afraid to let go of toxic relationships, bad habits, or outdated beliefs. But holding on to these things blocks our path to growth. In order to attract what you truly deserve, you have to make room for it. That means being willing to release what's not in alignment with your goals, your values, and your vision for your life. It means saying goodbye to things, people, and situations that are keeping you from stepping into your highest potential. Only then can the space be made for the right things to enter your life. You also have to remember that attracting what you deserve is not a passive process. It doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to just happen. It means showing up every day, doing the work, and being consistent. It means taking action even when things aren't going your way, trusting that the effort you put in will eventually pay off. When you commit to your journey and stay disciplined, you create the energy that attracts success, opportunity, and fulfillment. But it's important to note that even when things aren't immediately visible, every step forward is a step toward what you deserve. Attracting what you deserve is about being clear on your vision, aligning your actions with your values, and staying true to yourself. The moment you stop chasing and start aligning with your true purpose, you'll begin to see how the world responds. The right opportunities will come, the right people will appear, and the right circumstances will fall into place. What you deserve is already on its way. It's just waiting for you to get into alignment. When you do, everything you need will come naturally. Focusing on self-growth is one of the most powerful investments you can make in your life. We often get caught up in external factors, the opinions of others, societal expectations, and the constant pressure to succeed in the eyes of the world. But what we need to realize is that the most important success comes from within. The more you focus on growing yourself, the more your life will begin to reflect that growth. This is not about comparing yourself to others or trying to fit into molds created by society. It's about becoming the best version of who you are meant to be, regardless of what's going on around you. Self-growth is about understanding that you are your greatest asset. The time, energy, and effort you invest in yourself pays the highest dividends. Too often we focus on external accomplishments, getting that promotion, achieving a certain status, or gaining validation from others. While those things may be important, they don't last if you haven't built a strong foundation within. When you focus on growing your mind, your spirit, your emotional intelligence, and your character, everything else falls into place. Success and fulfillment are byproducts of the person you become through the process of growth. True growth comes from within, and it requires consistent effort. It's about committing to improving yourself every single day, even when no one is watching. It's about reading, learning, reflecting, and challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone. When you're focused on self-growth, you stop measuring your progress based on how others are doing and start measuring it based on how far you've come. You don't compare yourself to someone else's chapter 20 while you're still in chapter 1. You focus on your own journey and you take pride in your own evolution. Part of self-growth is acknowledging that you will face challenges along the way. You will make mistakes. You will encounter setbacks. But that's where the real growth happens. When you face adversity, you have a choice: to let it break you or to let it build you. People who focus on self-growth don't view challenges as obstacles. They view them as opportunities for expansion. They understand that every failure is a lesson, every setback is a chance to get back up stronger, and every obstacle is an invitation to evolve. Self-growth also means taking ownership of your life. It's about no longer blaming your circumstances or the people around you for where you are. It's easy to make excuses. I didn't have the right opportunities. I wasn't born into the right situation. People didn't believe in me. But those are just stories we tell ourselves. True growth comes when you take full responsibility for your life and understand that no one else is going to create the life you want except you. You can't control everything, but you can control how you respond to what life throws at you. Focusing on self-growth is also about understanding your weaknesses and working to overcome them. It's about being honest with yourself about where you fall short and actively seeking ways to improve. It's about having the humility to accept that you don't have all the answers, but the wisdom to seek them. Growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about constantly evolving, adapting, and getting better every day. You'll never be done growing because life is a journey, not a destination. When you focus on self-growth, you start to shift your perspective on life. You begin to see the value in every experience, every person, and every challenge that comes your way. You realize that growth is not just about achieving external success, but about developing the inner strength, resilience, and wisdom to handle anything that comes your way. You stop looking for validation from others because you already know your worth. You stop chasing success and start living with purpose, knowing that your growth is the key to everything you want in life. The more you focus on growing yourself, the more you'll see the world around you begin to transform. You'll attract the right people, opportunities, and experiences because you'll be aligned with your true purpose. Self-growth isn't just about achieving personal goals. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. And when you do that, everything else will follow. When you focus on becoming better every day, the life you deserve will naturally unfold in front of you. Your growth will create a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. And that's where true fulfillment comes from. In life, we often seek external validation, success, and recognition. But what truly shapes our journey is the internal growth we cultivate. Focusing on self-growth, mastering our emotions, trusting the process, and attracting what we deserve are all interconnected parts of a larger picture. The true power lies within you. When you focus on your growth, on becoming the best version of yourself, you'll find that everything else begins to align. Success is not just about what you can get or what you can achieve. It's about who you become through the journey. Your emotions don't have to control you. They are simply signals that can guide you, but they are not your identity. When you master your emotions, You gain the strength to move through life with grace and focus, allowing you to show up as your true self in every situation. You stop reacting out of fear, anger, or frustration, and instead, you respond with calm, clarity, and strength. And when you respond with purpose, you attract what you deserve. Things, people, and opportunities that are aligned with your best self. Patience and silence are not signs of weakness. They are signs of strength, wisdom, and control. It's in those quiet moments when you trust the process and let things unfold in their own time that you allow life to work in your favor. You don't have to chase success, love, or recognition. They come to you when you're in alignment with who you truly are. So, I challenge you today to look inward, to commit to the process of self-growth, and to trust that everything you deserve is already on its way. Understand that growth isn't always easy. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges. But every moment is a lesson. Every failure is a stepping stone. Every difficult decision is a chance to become better. Keep putting in the work. Keep striving to be the best version of yourself, even when it feels hard. Know that the process is working for you, and when the time is right, everything you deserve will come to you naturally. Keep your head up, stay focused on the journey, and trust that your best self is worth the wait. You are capable of achieving everything you desire, but it all starts with you believing in yourself and committing to your growth every single day. Remember, greatness isn't something you attain overnight. It's built through consistency, resilience, and unwavering faith in your ability to evolve. So, stay silent when necessary, trust the process, master your emotions, and focus on your growth, because that is where your true strength lies. And when you do, you will attract everything you deserve.